Welcome to Retro Sparkle Designs. Today we will be doing the Molly dress, the color block version. For pattern pieces, you will need 4 side pieces, 2 for the front and 2 for the back, 1 front main middle piece, 1 front liner, 2 back liner pieces, 1 back bottom half piece as well, and then 2 elastic pieces. See your elastic chart for the length of those. Those will be for the back. And then you'll need 1 upper back piece. That will be your piece that you will be doing your shirring on. Make sure you're transferring your shirring lines over from your pattern piece onto your fabric. The lines are about 1 inch apart. I like to use a water-soluble marker that I can rinse off afterwards. To begin with, we'll be taking the back upper piece and we will be creating the elastic casing for the top. To do so, take the top and fold it down 1/2 inch and top stitch across that raw edge, and that will create our elastic casing. Now that the elastic casing is finished, we will be doing our shirring. To do the shirring, you will need to use an elastic thread in your bobbin. The best way to load the elastic thread into your bobbin will be to hand wind it. If you try to wind it on your sewing machine, it will be too tight and the shirring will not scrunch together the way that it's supposed to. After your bobbin is threaded with your elastic thread, go ahead and load that into your sewing machine. Your upper thread will just be your regular normal sewing thread. You will want to set your stitch length to the longest it can go. To do the shirring, you're just going to sew across from one edge to the other along those lines you traced. I do recommend that you practice this a couple times on a scrap piece of fabric similar to the type of fabric you will be using for your dress, just to make sure it's going to work out the way you need to. Sometimes you will have to adjust your tension on your upper thread as well, so keep that in mind. I do also like to backstitch at the beginning and the end of my shirring here, just to make sure my ties aren't coming loose and undoing the shirring, because it's very easy to pop the stitches on these. Now that your shirring is complete, we're going to feed the elastic through that upper casing. So take a bodkin of whichever variety you prefer and feed your elastic through the top there. Just be gentle so you're not popping your stitches on your shirring. What I like to do is I'll feed my bodkin through and align my elastic with the edge of my fabric piece, and then I'll go ahead and stitch that down right away, just so it's not getting lost. I do prefer to do this one side at a time so I can, again, make sure I'm not losing the edge of my elastic. So go ahead and pull your bodkin the rest of the way through and stitch down the other edge of your elastic. So now that the top elastic is finished, we'll go ahead and add the elastic to the bottom part of this upper color block portion. So take your elastic and you're just going to pin it along the bottom. I like to pin one on each side, and then I will top stitch it down, stretching it as I go. Now that the elastic and the shirring is finished on our upper back piece, we're going to take our bottom back piece and place that right sides together with our upper back piece. We're going to align the bottom of the upper piece with the exposed elastic to the top of the other piece. Go ahead and pin and sew those together. Go ahead and take your center back piece now and open it so both the upper and lower portions are facing right sides up. We will need 1 side piece and 1 back liner piece for our next step. If you wish to hem your liner, go ahead and do that now before you are attaching it to your main pieces. Take your main side piece and start pinning it along the edge of your center piece. Start at the bottom and pin all the way up. Do not sew yet, as we still need to place our liner piece on there. Your center and side piece over, so the wrong side is up of the center piece, and then you're going to take your liner and align the bottom of the liner piece to your bottom edge of your shirred piece. Go ahead and pin that again from the bottom up, and make sure to pin all the way up the strap there to the shoulder seam. When you're done pinning, go ahead and sew that. Now that you've sewn your one side of your liner to your centerpiece, go ahead and open that up, and we're going to repeat that for the other side. So again, take your side piece, place it right sides down on your centerpiece, and pin starting from the bottom up. And then go ahead and flip the whole piece over, and then attach your liner again right sides together with your center piece. Again, aligning the bottom of your liner up with that exposed elastic that you have on the back upper center portion. Go ahead and pin that, lining up the shoulder straps, and then go ahead and sew it. Now that our back piece is finished, we can go ahead and set that aside. We will be doing the front piece next. So take both sides of your front and your center front. We're going to lay those out. Take one side and place it right sides together with your front, pinning from the bottom up, again aligning the bottoms. Then take your other side, go ahead and place it right sides together, and again align the bottoms, pin up, and then go ahead and sew both of those. Now that our front sides are sewn to our center, we will have one front piece. We will next be adding our liner to our front. Take your liner piece and we're going to be placing it right sides together with our front piece. We'll be pinning along the neckline. Go ahead and sew that. You may use a sewing machine for this if you would like to get those nice crisp corners. I went ahead and just used my serger. Now take your liner and you're going to flip it so it is wrong sides together with your front piece. Next we will be sewing our shoulder seams together. Take your front piece and lay that down with your liner facing down, right sides of your front piece facing up, and then you're going to want to open your strap so you can see your right side of both your liner and your main. Then you'll be taking your back piece and we're going to lay that right sides together with our front piece. And then we will be lining up our shoulder straps. So your main lines up with your main and your liner lines up with your liner. Go ahead and pin those and sew. Now that our shoulder seams are finished, we are going to go ahead and finish our armisae using a burrito roll method. To do so, we're going to refer to our straps as the upper strap and lower strap. Take your lower strap and place it on top of your upper strap. Starting at the center, take your upper strap and wrap it around that lower strap and pin it. The lower strap will be fully encased in the upper strap. We're going to continue to pin that upper strap around the lower one through the armisae. So continue to pull the armisae over the lower portion and pin it. For the back part of the dress, the shirring and the elastic does kind of get in the way. So I like to pull that down and kind of out of where our armisae is, just to help decrease bulk and make it a little bit easier to sew. Continue to pin along your armisae, ensuring you're not snagging any of the other half of the dress within that seam there. Once you're finished pinning, go ahead and sew that together. Now that you have your armisae sewn together, we're going to go ahead and pull our dress right sides out. So I like to do this from the back, again, so I'm not pulling on my shirring and causing any damage there. So go ahead and just pull gently till your dress is turned right side out. And then we will be repeating the burrito roll for the other strap. Now we're going to do the burrito method again. So take your sewn together strap, place it in the center of your non-sewn strap, and then start pinning your non-sewn strap around the other one. Again, starting at the center and then pinning along that armisae, ensuring that you're not pinning any of your other half of your dress in there. You don't want anything else getting stuck in that seam. When you're done pinning your armisae, go ahead and sew that together. Go ahead and pull your dress right sides out now that you're all sewn together. Again, I like to start from the back so I'm not pulling on my shirring and causing any issues with that. We will now be doing our side seams. So take your dress and place it with your front right sides up. Unfold your front liner so that is also right sides up. And then we're going to flip our back right sides together with our front. Same with our liner as well. So we want the right sides of the liners together. Go ahead and start pinning from the liner because it's a little bit more difficult to get those together. And then pin down your side seam. Go ahead and sew. I prefer to do this one side at a time. Now that you have your one side seam sewn, we're going to go ahead and do that with the other one. Again, line up your lining pieces first, and then go ahead and pin and sew down your side seams. Now that your side seams are finished, go ahead and flip your dress right sides out, and then we will hem it. Fold the bottom of the dress under, wrong sides together, 1/2 inch, and then go ahead and top stitch around the whole bottom of your dress, and that will finish it off.